Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Located on the Malabar coast, the city of sculptures, also known as Kozhikode, is all set to host a crackling encounter between Gokulam Kerala FC and NEROCA FC. Two teams with contrasting results right now will be duking it out. The lush green pasture all set to host a crackling encounter. Gokulam Kerala FC starting the tournament with a 2-wall pulsating draw against Interkashi, wherein NEROCA FC took quite a hammering at the hands of the table toppers Srinidhi Deccan. Of course, both the sides will have their own objectives to set the stadium ablaze. This is the dressing room of Gokulam Kerala, the boiling cauldron, the epicenter of the dreams that are to take flight still in the I-League. Komran Tusunov, Salam Ranjan Singh, they are going to be crucial monikers in the Gokulam Kerala side. And look at the fans, they are ecstatic and they have always been a very, very fervent unit trying to voice their opinion for the side. We had a quick word with the coach of Gokulam Kerala FC, Domingo Oramas Cabrera. We'll quickly listen to what the big man had to say ahead of this crucial fixture.
Really difficult, like every match. So we want to win 3 points because the last match we lose 2 points at the end, and we can do our best performance today against a good team with our supporter. For us, it's very important. This match today, and I think we can do a good match and try to get 3 points. Very important for us.
And this is the dressing room of NEROCA FC. They will be hoping for a resurgence. The likes of Bogdan, Rohit, Argya, Shushil, Sajal, of course, they'll all be coming together. Langamma is going to be another big name in the lineup. Jacob Joseph, who's the coach of the side, will be hoping that his team gets back to the groove. He was extremely realistic.
Gokulam is a good team. They already prepare better than us. They already prepare, I think, more than 3 months, and we are just 1 month in Manipur, and we changed to Calcutta, and we train around 1 month. I came from Hyderabad to Kerala because at least I can prepare in Kerala, but unfortunately, I never get a good field to train. I only get two times, there's a Friday and Saturday, only a good field. That means the preparation, when the coach is planned, the plan not according to the coach, that means the team is a problem. Okay? Anyway, I hope my player will play is 120% because my player is...
Hailing all the way from Malaysia, Jacob definitely has his perspective of Indian football. However, Gokulam Kerala, they will be desperate to log the 3 points today. Of course, they have a decent bit of firepower in their lineup. That's how they start. One change, in fact, a couple of changes for them. They are bringing in the likes of Salam Ranjan Singh into the starting 11. Of course, an experienced name in Indian football. That's how they line up for the day. Aminu Buba, Salam Ranjan Singh centre-back pair will be crucial to Nili Perdomo's midfield flair. Of course, a team that will be worth watching as the I-League progresses. Gokulam Kerala has this tendency of catching up. NEROCA FC in their practice kits look extremely flamboyant and of course ready to fly. But how much will they be able to bring that flamboyance in their gameplay? Only time shall divulge the answer. Of course, they've got some big names in their starting 11. The likes of Balwinder Singh, the likes of Haider Awada, the Lebanese forward. That's how they line up. Watch out for Simbo and Fabian as well. Fabian is starting today, was on the bench in the last game when the match started. Definitely the forward pair of Reed and Haider is going to be critical in terms of NEROCA FC's attacking flair. And as we gear up for this match. Here's a quick look at the officials though. K. Ramadasan, the referee, assistant referees, Mr. Mullitharan and Vijay Sankar, and Deepu Roy, the fourth official. And as the players gear up to take the yard, with great pleasure and honor, I welcome my co-commentator for the evening, Liam Bain, who once again takes the responsibilities of the mic. Welcome back, Liam. A very good evening. How do you think is Gokulam Kerala going to start the game, considering that they have started the tournament on a slightly dampening note according to their stature?
Thank you so much, Rohit. It is great to be back, and good evening to all our viewers all around India and around the world as well. You're right, Rohit. Gokulam Kerala have been started as well as they would have liked with that 2-2 draw at home versus Inter Kashi. But I think today they have to put that aside. They are an experienced team and they will go all guns blazing and try to put a NEROCA team, which is already under pressure, under even more pressure. As we see the two teams walking out, Gokulam Kerala in their dark red or maroon, as you would like to call it, and NEROCA in their white strip this evening.
Well, of course, a lot will be on the line for both the sides. It's good to see that the kids have finally returned and they bring a different essence to the game. Look at the home support for Gokulam Kerala. We are in Kozhikode, we are in the EMS Corporation Stadium, and these fans, they never fail to disappoint, do they? It doesn't really matter where we are playing. It doesn't really matter what fixture is it, what are the possible magnitude of odds. They'll always turn up and they'll try and put up a show of themselves. Of course, for Gokulam Kerala, a crucial name who will be the nexus of the side is going to be Ed Obedia. And now the dignitaries walking out to the center, which is once again a very welcome spectacle for these young footballers who are dreaming to take flight in terms of Indian football.
But yes, it's a great occasion. It always is in Kozhikode as the Gokulam Kerala side play host to NEROCA today. Great to see the dignitaries greeting not only the players but the youngsters as well, who will be wanting to don the jerseys of Gokulam Kerala in the future, I'm sure. And it's always a wonderful occasion in this stadium. It was a great vibe, a great atmosphere when they hosted Inter Kashi in their first game. But unfortunately for them, they could not come out with the 3 points. But the fans will always flock in attendance. And this will be a very interesting matchup because NEROCA and Gokulam Kerala have not been in the best of forms. Of course, NEROCA with a 4-0 drubbing at the hands of Srinidhi Deccan, who have been so far the best team in the tournament. Gokulam Kerala will want to try and take that away from them. They will want to try and get a victory today. They would want to keep a clean sheet for sure, get on the score sheet, get a good tempo to the game as well, because they have been there, they have done it. They are back-to-back I-League champions for 2 seasons. Of course, came narrowly close last year, but just weren't up to the mark. But they've got to start strong this season, and they have to do it from now, especially against a NEROCA side who won't be brewing with confidence. And something that you've mentioned already, Salam Ranjan Singh comes into the starting lineup for Gokulam Kerala. I think that is a great move because he brings a bit of experience. Also, he's still pretty young and has played in quite a few different clubs around the country. And he also got the Emerging Player of the Year award last season as he played for Trau. Pair him with the likes of Boba Aminu, who has been the best defender in the I-League for 2 seasons in a row. And that is a match made in heaven. So defensively, I think they're very good. Attacking, of course, they are very good as well. So I think today is where Gokulam Kerala season really starts.
Well, for NEROCA, I think at the moment, on pen and paper, with their first game where they went down in a pretty submissive manner, I think this looks like more of a David versus Goliath clash. But then again, with that being said, when we talk about football, ideally that pen and paper which we are talking about, or reading the runes of the stats, I think none of that matters. Of course, in the frame, the captain of Gokulam Kerala, Alejandro Sanchez, the player of the match in the last game, with that sensational goal and that ubiquitous presence, definitely will be a key figure in terms of Gokulam Kerala's attacking unit. For NEROCA FC though, they will have to bank upon the experienced likes of David Simbo, Fabian Reed, who's starting today, hailing all the way from Jamaica, and definitely their skipper, Haider Awara. Haider Awara in the last game was in decent touch, yes, but when it comes to the finishing flair, when it comes to pulling the trigger in the right moment, releasing the ball, I think somewhere or the other he was missing that element.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see how NEROCA take this game. Didn't have the best of starts in the Deccan Arena, and it will be a bit of pressure on the shoulders of Jacob Joseph, who we just saw, their coach who hails from Malaysia. They will be wary of the midfield, which was quite weak versus Srinidhi Deccan. So that is something that they would have tried to work on in the days that have passed, as we just take the final few seconds to prepare for kickoff here at Kozhikode. Referee K. Ramdasan gets us underway for match number 12 here in the I-League. It's Gokulam Kerala versus NEROCA FC, and the Malabarians will be looking to get themselves back to winning ways here at their home turf as they kick off from left to right.
Dressed in their signature whites, the Orange Army will be looking forward to secure their first goal of the tournament. Well, even before we have progressed to the first minute, a Gokulam Kerala player is down, and it looks like it's their captain Alex Sanchez. He's clutching onto his face. Maybe while he was trying to turn, there may have been a bit of push. He's trying to point at Simbo, that Simbo may have used a bit of elbow there. He gets back on his feet. He's furious at the moment, and tempers flaring pretty early. We don't really see that happening in the game, but once again, with that being said, you know, we talk about football. In fact, even before the match started, we were talking about how playing football for 90 minutes, every second can bring you a new perspective, a new chapter in the game. This man in the frame, Edu Bedia, he will also play a very elemental role in the side for Gokulam Kerala as the season progresses. David Simbo, I think he's been vindicated of whatever offense Alejandro Sanchez complicated or implicated him in.
Yeah, tempers flaring already within the first minute of the game, and it will be interesting to see how they go up against each other. A few matchups will be spotted around the pitch, especially Boba Amino versus Haider Awada. You mentioned earlier on that Awada was not too involved in NEROCA's play. I think he would have taken a look at that and will want to get involved today, want to link up with the midfield, the likes of Tangwa and Sejal. Here is a bit of a move down the right hand side for NEROCA, looking to move it forward. Have to play it back though for that. Decent ball in, not dealt with as well as they would have liked there from Gokulam Kerala, but they hold on to possession. Here's Olin, but this is better from NEROCA. Slightly more energy as compared to that first game. That will be a foul, and this is better from them, Rohit, because what we saw is they lacked a bit of that energy, that enthusiasm in the first game, and that is something that you have to change if you want to get positive results.
Well, another team from the mountains, Shillong Lajong, was in action the last day. The kind of football that they knitted together against Mohammedan Sporting, I think NEROCA will try and resort to that brand of passing football. That is nicely worked by NEROCA FC right now. They are trying to use the left wing, a bit of a push. However, the referee says that was well within the bounds. It seemed like it was Olin who was trying to find an infraction from the left, but the Malabarians they're kind of extremely persistent, and they won't really allow those inches to NEROCA FC, which can create a bit of damage. This looks like a decent ball. Now coming all the way from the left, goes for the shot. In fact, I think the idea was to go for a cross, but maybe he's just overpowered the kick.
They're better intent, as I said, from NEROCA. Nongangba trying to put in a cross. Could have just crept in. You never really know. But Gokulam Kerala now trying to move it forward. Baba Aminu plays it towards the left-hand channel. Looks for a flick on from Sanchez. Doesn't really get it. And Gokulam Kerala started off their first game with a bit of intensity. They were raring to go versus Interkashi. And once they walked off the pitch, Rohit, after 90 minutes, would have just felt that they got unlucky towards the end because they did create quite a few chances. But until you put the game to bed, you're never too sure. So today, they will want to try and, of course, get the first goal, but take control of the game. That is something that they have done so well in the past, and that is something that they have to try and do today, especially if they are going to try and move forward on the table. Here is Simbo for NEROCA. Olin. Good pressure here from Gokulam Kerala. But NEROCA giving the ball away. This could be a chance down the left-hand side. A couple of people in the area. Not the best of crosses. And NEROCA will move it forward. There was a chance there for Shijin T. And now NEROCA can move forward.
There comes a long cross into the central channel. It looks like it will be kept in play, is it? No, it's going to go out. A bit of acknowledgement coming all the way from Hyderabad, the captain. And the last chance that we were talking about, I think he had all the time in the world. That cross could have been slightly better. And NEROCA FC will try and launch a long throw into the box. Olin taking that walk. Once again, the fans extremely excited, always happy to see their home team in action. And that too on a Sunday evening. And once again, that tells you volumes about the craze that football. There comes the cross, and that's deflected away for a corner. We also need to remember that the Indian cricket team is in action as well today. Considering that, the fact that the stands also have lots of fans for the Malabarians tells you that how much love do they have for the sport.
Oh yes, definitely. We are also football crazy in India, as much as we are cricket crazy. And now it's time for a corner for NEROCA. As they try to start on the front foot, a delivery is played towards the second post. A couple of NEROCA players go for it. In fact, Gokulam players went for it, but NEROCA still have it. There's a bit of a miss kick there and a slip, and that opens things up down the right-hand side for Nofal, who scored in the first game and puts this one over the top. What a chance for the winger who has really impressed us at the start of this I-League season. But this time, his finishing wasn't up to the mark. He had ample amount of time and space, but just about missed that shot.
Yeah, could have done a lot better. There was a player rushing in from the left as well. All he needed to do is just tee him off. But once again, that option of going for the shot himself wasn't bad either. It's just that he couldn't keep it in control, and he overpowered it in the first place, and more importantly, got underneath the ball. The flag's gone up this time, though Gokulam Kerala will have to be disappointed. The captain mistiming his run. NEROCA FC will be thanking their stars that they are not trailing in this fixture.
Yeah, there was a bit of a slip, and that would have been quite unfortunate for NEROCA, because sometimes it's also about the luck. You can see that they're not having the rub of the green their way, as this throw-in also goes against them. And that was literally a bit of a problem with the rub of the green. There was a slip on the surface. Here's Edubedia. So sometimes those things go against you, and then they keep going against you. So if they had gone 1-0 down because of that, then they would have really felt a bit under the cosh. But now they can hopefully relax and play their own game. Here is Gokulam Kerala trying to move it forward. Edubedia, how good was he in the last game, just pulling all the strings. and it will be important for the NEROCA players to stop him. Here he is dropping deep again, getting the ball, picking it out. What a lovely ball that is, just about into the keeper's hands. But NEROCA have got to stop that. If they don't stop him there, then there could be a problem for them rather.
Ed Obidia may have started out on a slightly deeper role than he usually does, but knowing Ed Obidia, as time progresses, as Gokulam Kerala sets themselves in the game, gets the tempo under their control, he is going to move forward. And when he does that, that will create all sorts of troubles. In fact, he's being such an orchestrator from even such deep of a position. A bit of desperation creeping in there, all in just getting the ball out of play, allowing a throw in favor of Kerala. Has been quickly taken there by Nidhin Krishna. Nidhin Krishna playing back to Salam Ranjan Singh, the experienced Salam Ranjan Singh, who's played for quite a few clubs. And now Nidhin Krishna goes for a cross from the right. However, that won't really bother Poire. He'll take it all day long.
And now NEROCA tried to move something forward. There is a run on the right hand side. It has been played there. Boba Aminu missed it. Here's Awara. He has a couple of options. Nobody really making the run. And that is a poor shot if there ever was one. And you can see that there is a bit of an issue there between Awara and Fabian Dwayne Reed. First time we're seeing both of them trying to combine but not being able to. The man from Lebanon and the man from Jamaica just trying to converse and trying to get things right. And this is what you will see in the beginning of the season, when two players are just getting adjusted to the way they play with each other. But nonetheless, Rohit, it has been quite a decent start from the likes of NEROCA, because 10 minutes in, they look like they are a lot more organized as compared to the last game versus Shridi Deccan.
Yes, today we are witnessing a different NEROCA FC side. Against Srinidhi Deccan, they were all over the place. They were in utter disarray altogether. And eventually, they paid a very heavy price. But today, they look like a team with a mission. And they look like a team hungry to get that opening goal of the tournament. And I think it is mindset like this that eventually keeps you in the game. Gokulam Kerala, though, this game is going to be very crucial for them as well. A bit of pressure on the goalkeeper. And eventually, very smartly worked away by the likes of Buba Amino, because he could have even taken the ball, he could have cleared the lines, but he took a deflection along the way and eventually winning a throw-in for himself.
Now it's moved down the left by Sanchez looking for a pass. Hasn't really got his touches in order so far, but once he gets on the ball, we know what he can do. Some good combination goals as well, as we see a bit of pressure on Pore. Some good combination goals from Gokulam Kerala in that first game, especially Nofal, as he made quite a few runs down the right hand side. Shikuttan was great, but he's not starting today, so a bit of a change there. And Sanchez's runs into the box were great as well. And Nili Perdomo, he was also so impressive from that midfield. So those are the positives that Gokulam Kerala will take from the last game.
I think another change that has somewhat been impacting Gokulam Kerala's play in terms of tactical move or tactical maneuvers is Nili Perdomo's silence. This can be a chance for them, though. There comes the shot. Not really the best of efforts. It was Nili Perdomo. Talk about the man, and he will be right in the frame. But I think someone of his stature, when you're getting a ball in such a decent juncture, right through the central channel, you should drive it better.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of pressure from the defender coming from behind. I think that's what put him off slightly. There could be a chance here for Awara, but it's nicely done there by Devansh, coming in and being very proactive. Not sure where the Gokulam defense was on that occasion.
In the first game, Jacob Joseph, the Malaysian coach, said that they are looking for at least a point on the road. There comes a cross, an opportunity for NEROCA FC. Could have actually tried to trap it first, and then maybe go for a side volley instead of going for that bicycle kick, which is once again a very fashionable option, a very glorious option to try and score. We have seen greats of the game doing that. We've seen the likes of Baichung Bhutia pulling that off with absolute finesse. But trying to execute that day in, day out needs hellacious practice.
And here's Perdomo. Not too many Gokulam players around him. That's why he turns so well and then involves them on the right-hand side. Edubedia looks for a ball. A decent one, but just too much on it for the likes of Sanchez.
Another defensive tactical change that has been made by NEROCA FC was David Simbo. He was playing as a defensive midfielder in the last game. But today he has been allotted to that centre-back pair. I think that is what is giving the NEROCA FC defence a bit more shape than they were against Trinity Deccan.
Oh yes, Rohit. Throughout the 90 minutes we were talking about NEROCA and how they could shift a couple of things here and there. And that's exactly what Jacob Joseph has done. They can play the likes of Simbo in different positions. He is very versatile, like many of the foreigners we have seen. So now, with him playing as a centre-back, the onus in the midfield falls on the likes of Tangwa and Sajal. So if they can kind of patrol that midfield, give Awada and the other strikers and the wingers a bit of balls towards them, then it can move better for NEROCA. Here is Simbo again. So perhaps that small change could change something for them as we take a look at the possession. Gokulam Kerala with more of the ball. NEROCA won't mind that. Travelling away from home in Kozhikode, where Gokulam Kerala are so comfortable.
Well, NEROCA FC, they are a side that kind of banks on the local lads a lot. And they have been harnessing the youth of Indian football for a while now. I mean, all the teams hailing from Northeast, whether it's NEROCA FC, whether it's Aizawl, whether it's Shillong Lajong, and even Northeast United as well, they stick to that ethos of harnessing the youngsters. This could have been an opportunity, but a sensational bit of save there from Soram Poirei. He was quick to rush out of his line. And we were talking a few moments ago how Nili Perdomo was inactive, but ever since then, once he's found the shot, he's been in sensational touch, and a great run there by Alejandro Sanchez. Unfortunately, he couldn't really latch on to the ball.
That's a fascinating duo, Nili Perdomo and Alex Sanchez. That's a great ball down the right-hand side now for NEROCA though. Big opportunity, decent ball in. Salam Ranjan Singh was there, and that is why he has been added to the team sheet, because that is what he can do. Get in, make those aerial duels a lot easier for himself and for his side. But good stuff again down the right-hand side from NEROCA, who are looking a lot more energetic, and you got the hint from Jacob Joseph in the previous game that they were not too prepared. They just wanted to see that game out, try and get a point. But today it looks like they are slightly more organized and also more relaxed, because sometimes you can try and feel the pressure, and that is what affects you, especially when the fixtures and the runs are not going your way. But today I think it's a lot better from NEROCA.
Well, Jacob Joseph, he joined with the team extremely late. And when that happens, ideally the first match kind of becomes a litmus test for you. But for senior coaches, I think they make it very clear to the management that when I'm coming in, when I'm stepping in that late, you have to give me a bit of leeway, at least to try and get the team organized. And now adding to what we said in the first round of I-League, we made it very clear that as the tournament progresses, there's going to be a lot of fine-tuning that will bring the teams together, and eventually the brand of football that we will witness, that is going to be absolutely brilliant. And that is exactly what's happening with NEROCA FC. They may not have found the opening yet, but the kind of shape that they have right now, the kind of formation that they are playing in, I think that is a lot better than what they started the tournament with.
And speaking of that intensity, Tangwa comes in with a bit of a challenge, trying to keep Edubedia quiet. Well, you can't do that for long. He's taken a quick free kick. straight towards Sanchez, who makes those runs pretty often. We saw him score a different type of goal in the first game, where the ball was cut back. There's Bedia now with a challenge of his own. NEROCA will move it forward from the right-hand side. They're using that right channel well today. And you've got Safiul Rahman, who will bomb up and down. Looks like Bedia is down. Got a bit of a clash there. Olin is just checking on him. So that right-hand side with Tarak and Safiul might be where NEROCA can try and get some chances created for the likes of Awara and Fabian.
Tarak Hembram, he's been playing for a while now in the Indian footballing circuit. He knows exactly what is the gentry of football that is really expected from him. He tries to introduce that, has been a crucial part of Bengal's footballing circuit for a while. And Safiul Rahman, he's still mastering the ropes, but once again, knowing Safiul, he brings a very exciting gentry of football into play. Look at how the crowds, look at how the fans are absolutely loving it. A bit of a tango, a bit of a salsa, and a bit of a mix of everything for the Malabarians.
It's great to see. I did say that the atmosphere here in Kozhikode is always incredible at the EMS Stadium. But for now, they will be slightly wary because their midfield maestro, Edu Bedia, I beg your pardon, just taking a while to recover. And what was great to see there in the fans, or amongst the fans, Rohit, is that there are youngsters and there are also lots of girls, lots of women interested in football and watching football. And of course, Gokulam Kerala's women's team has been incredible in the Indian Women's League as well. So that is something that is also a positive as Gokulam Kerala try to move forward again. It's one back by NEROCA. Fabian doing really well, and then with a turn and finding a through pass, almost getting to Tangwa. But Edu Bedia is there to try and just mop up that midfield area.
You're talking about kids and women joining the footballing revolution as well. Well, of course, if I'm not too mistaken, it was Infantino who said that India is no longer a sleeping giant in football. They have already been woken. And if that is true, I think a revolution is coming. And yes, once again, the kids we were talking about. And it's really good to see that these youngsters, they are coming to the ground, because when that happens, many of them also dreams to take this sport up as a profession. It may not be always on the ground, but at the same time we have a lot of verticals opening up.
Yeah.
The likes of commentary, the likes of analysis, the likes of journalism as well in terms of sport. So of course, I mean, with so many verticals opening up in today's day, and Indian football overall revolutionizing under the likes of Egos Tamash and everyone in charge, I think this is a very welcome spectacle for any Indian fans.
Definitely is a great platform as Edu Bedia looks to launch another ball in. NEROCA quite wary of that. They do understand that he is the fulcrum, but they're not really stopping him from making those passes. There is Safiul, puts too much of pace on that. Linesman is pretty quick, that's for sure. He's got to be in this game. We do have some pacey players. The quickest via the naked eye is definitely No Fall. And it's only been him who's been able to create a proper chance so far in this first half, almost halfway through it. And Boba Aminu just can't get those long balls which he is looking for. So it's good pressure from the likes of Fabian and Haider Awara.
One name that should be mentioned today when we talk about NEROCA FC, he's had an extremely busy day in office, but no matter the assignment, he's done a phenomenal job. Well, that was definitely a handball there. Sijan T just extending that left hand of his, and the referee was quick to spot that. Didn't really need much of an appeal. And yes, we were talking about this man in the frame right now. Poirei, Angamba, Mete, Soram. He's had a very busy day in office, but the outings that he's committed so far, they have been picture perfect. And a few moments ago, had it not been for Poirei, I think the captain Alejandro Sanchez Lopez was clear on goal. It's just that the timely run of his has been so good that he's kept NEROCA FC alive and truly well.
Yes, I think that is a good spot, and that comes with his experience. He has played for quite a number of years. There's no foul. There is a bit of a run from Sanchez, but the foul does come in. It's too close for the referee's liking. Ngamba not giving them too much of space. And Soram has played for the likes of Pune, Shillong Lachong, Pylon Arrows, Bengaluru Aizawl, Delhi Dynamos, Mohun Bagan, also brief stint at ATK, Bengaluru Northeast, Chao, NEROCA. So he's been there, done that, and now would want to take over the stability in NEROCA. Here's Edubedia, puts the ball in, and once again it is that man who we were talking about, just taking the charge and absorbing all of the pressure for NEROCA and then launching it with a very nice throw forward. We take another look at his catching and gripping abilities.
You let Edubedia breathe out in those areas. He'll always test you. That's a nice ball sent into the mix. For a moment it felt that it was going to be picture perfect, and somehow surprisingly it looked like Ngamba Singh was slightly off color, missed the flight of the ball and kind of remained stationary. The referee blowing the whistle there, awarding a free kick in favor of NEROCA FC. Once again, in high-octane games like these, at times you tend to switch off for that split second. We have a better term for that these days, and it came from cricket, to be honest. It's called brain fade. So when that happens, I understand. I mean, again, given the fact that it is a very high, it's a pulsating battle that's happening, you just need to be game throughout, because again, if you're a forward, if you're in the attacking zone, it's all right if you miss a chance because you'll get another one. But if you're in the defensive zone and a thing like that happens, that can be absolutely cataclysmic.
Yeah, there is Ngamba again. He's had a decent start to the game. Perhaps he felt that ball was too high for him, and that's why it looked like he was going to launch himself. It looked like a very good ball from that right hand side. And it is that right flank which is creating problems for Gokulam Kerala, who still haven't found their flow by the looks of it. What NEROCA have done here is they've kept it tight. Boba Aminu puts a ball through. For a second I thought that Sanchez would get there. Launched long by Pore. But the only outlet for Gokulam Kerala today has been from Edubedia. Another ball through. Straight to the keeper again. So in the midfield, NEROCA are allowing him to sit deep and play that long ball. But apart from that, the short passes and everything else is not really working out for Gokulam Kerala. So it's a good start to the game for NEROCA. They conceded in the 22nd minute against Sri Deccan and have bettered that so far. So a very well organized unit today from the traveling team.
Well, I think Domingo Cabrera, he's made a change in his tactics. So ideally what happened in the last game was Alejandro Sanchez was playing more of a withdrawal forward. He was playing slightly deep and Edubedia was playing slightly higher. And they paired extremely well. That's a lovely ball from Edubedia, but exceptionally well done by David Simbo. Today, he's a true replica of the great that he is, and not just a shadow of his former glorious self. And now that's a lovely through ball, wonderfully done. That can be the opening goal. It is. What a sensational spot there by none other than Nili Padomo, and he slammed it into the back of the net after evading this advancing likes of Poirei Soram.
And just as we were saying that NEROCA had it all covered, Nili Perdoma, I beg your pardon, gives the Malabarians an opportunity to show us what it's all about here in Kozhikode. Gokulam Kerala get the first goal in the 28th minute. And they are all smiles. And it just stemmed out of nothing. A couple of passes came through. There was an overhit pass. But brilliant stuff from the number 10 of Gokulam Kerala. As we will take a look at that goal once the replay is ready. But great scenes at the EMS Stadium. Let's take another look at it. It just evaded a couple of players. And then Perdomo says, pardon me, to Soray. Goes past him and just puts it into an empty net.
We were heaping praises on the NEROCA defense. I think David Simbo, he was busy trying to stall the Gokulam Kerala invasion slightly up front. So that is where the combination works. I think if you just rely too heavily on one of your defenders, no matter how prolific he is, I think there's another throw coming in for Gokulam Kerala. While we were busy narrating that goal, I think game's turning again, and Gokulam Kerala, now that they've got a sniff, they'll keep on hammering at the opposition. Here's another chance, but this time Poire, who's had a pretty decent game until now, I think he's coming out of his line, and he's done a decent job.
Yeah, unfortunately, Rohit, the fact that he came out of his line, that will be a push for sure. The fact that he came off his line just gave Perdomo the opportunity to skip past him. Of course, there's nothing else the keeper could do. But Perdomo, as we said, is such a smart player. He knew the keeper was going to come out and took no chances. Could have finished it first time, but decided to just give a bit of a dance around the keeper and finish that beautifully well. And NEROCA, for all their solidarity in the beginning of the game, are down once again. And now that is the 12th goal they have conceded in as many as 5 and a bit games. And that has been a big issue for them, conceding 11 in 5 with the past games that they have played, including the Super Cup. And it's not looking good for Jacob Joseph's men unless they can try and attack and get back into this game. Here's Edubedia again with a free kick. He will look to just dink that into the 18-yard area. Perdomo comes there with him as they decide what they would like to do. Sanchez knows where he wants it.
Edubedia, once again, another elemental display. That's a nice free kick floated in. Could have been a bit of trouble, and it looks like Gokulam Kerala is a lot more expressive after that goal. And that is what goals do to you, isn't it, Liam? It's a catalyst, and the referee blowing his whistle. And it looks like this free kick is also going to be in favor of Gokulam Kerala. And that's in a pretty decent juncture. Too much of an ask now, Fabian dropping down. Ideally, Fabian hasn't really received the ball much. And the two conspirators at the moment for Gokulam Kerala, Edubedia and Neely Perdomo. Neely Perdomo finding the back of the net after a sensational bit of play from the right. Let's see if these two can engineer another crucial goal for the Malabarians.
Edubedia puts a similar ball in. Amino is there. And it's headed away, but I think there was a push before that. So it's very simple. Edubedia, when he gets the ball in these areas, when there is a free kick, Bobo Amino will bomb forward. First ball is to him. Second ball, he'll try to play it back into the area. And it might be very evident as to what they're trying to do. But when you've got someone like Bobo Amino up top, then you know that most often than not, he's going to win those headers. There he is winning that ball again. There is a challenge from behind, and this will give him another opportunity as he makes his way forward to get into that attacking area.
It's good to see that they are back on their feet. Ever since that goal, Gokulam Kerala has really got the game by its horns. And Alejandro Sanchez, he may not have still found the back of the net, but he's been crucial in off-the-ball movement. And that off-the-ball movement has really sparked wonders. Edubedia launches it into the box. Opportunity headed into the stride. And they almost collided amongst themselves. That could have been a high boot between themselves. And now NEROCA FC wants to hit the Malabarians on a break. However, they'll have to hold back as Fabian has come all the way down after failing to get a good amount of possession. Back with Edobedia once again. Launches it forward now towards the far right. Nofal PN was at the receiving end. Plays it back to Nidin Krishna. Nidin Krishna steers it to the center to Rishad. Here's another lovely through ball, wonderfully received. He slammed it, but the flag's gone up. So, sad to break out that you'll have to go back as it's another free kick in favor of NEROCA FC.
The second time that they have been flagged offside. But a big change, as you said, Rohit, after that goal. NEROCA look slightly shaky. Gokulam Kerala have found their stride. And now it could be a long evening once again for NEROCA. Simbo needs to take control along with Balwinder. They can't really move out. Another ball played backwards. And as I said, Rohit, Bob Amino again got the ball. That was the third time in a row. This time the header was played straight to a couple of players. Just unfortunate for Gokulam Kerala that two of them went for the same ball. But NEROCA just cannot move out. Now they do have a chance for a ball towards the left-hand side. Here's Olin. Looks up. A challenge comes in. I think it is a fair one. NEROCA can still move forward. Here is a chance to shoot. It's a decent shot. It's almost spilled by the keeper. But Devansh Dabas just manages to hold on. But it was Tarak Hembram who got an opportunity and shot it really well either side, and Devansh could have been struggling.
That would have been such a disaster for Devansh Dabas. Once again, Tarak Hembram showing his class. Quickly taking that shot on the turn and in fact unloading a pile driver that went through the heart of the Gokulam Kerala defense. That's a lovely through ball once again. A bit of a tussle on the left. He may have gone down but never really looked like a foul to me. Nili Padomo has been denied. He's gone ballistic there. Kind of hurling expletives at the referee, if I'm not too mistaken, but I am not much of an expert at lip reading there. So we'll let the referee do the talking, and as the goalkeeper, Poire Soram, once again kickstarts proceedings. Unfortunately, not really the best of clearances for the Orange Army.
Shahif takes the throw. Poor pass. And NEROCA now have a bit of space to break. A lot of space actually. Ball is released a little slowly. Awada plays it wide. Lots of white shirts around. A shot is taken. It's over the top, but you have four people around the area. And maybe a cross was a better suited option. And that's exactly what the skipper is trying to say. But a sloppy pass from Gokulam Kerala opening it up for NEROCA, and that is better from the side in white.
I think Tarak Hembram, he's a prolific shooter, yes, and he's just trying to bring that shooting prowess of his into play. Just a different avenue being attempted by the NEROCA players when they know that they have so far not really troubled the Malabarians trying to walk into their defensive third. So ideally they're testing the goalkeeper from range. Now, knowing what Dabas did the last time when Tarak unloaded that first shot with the ball slipping from his hands, this though looks to be a very good chance. But once again, David Sembo, he's been the man to watch out for as he was busy trying to stall another attack. That is exactly when Gokulam Kerala exploited and picked the pockets of NEROCA FC to score that opening goal to draw first blood. And now Gokulam is happy to sit back. Edobedia once again, another lovely ball. This can be crucial as well. Once again, David Sembo, the hero of NEROCA FC defense, stepping in, denying the opposition what could have been another potential goal-scoring cross.
Simbo has been in the right place at the right time quite often. And the next goal in this game is vital. If Gokulam Kerala can get it, then it could be curtains for NEROCA. NEROCA have to be careful of the likes of Bobo Amino. Here is Eduberia lining it up with that wonderful left foot of his. The first corner of the game, in fact, it's towards the second post. It's kept, or tried to be kept in. Does go off. I think it was Simbo again. And it will be another corner for Gokulam Kerala as they try to end this half with the second goal.
To be honest, it's a bit of a heartbreak for David Sembo that his team is trailing right now. But if we have to pick a player of the half, it undoubtedly for me will be David Sembo. Once again, David Sembo. He is ubiquitous, he is majestic today. He's reaching out for every single ball, whether it's a header, whether it's a shot clearance, whether it's stepping in. He's been absolutely sensational, and now Gokulam Kerala is under the cosh as NEROCA FC tries to use that left wing to their advantage. That's a brilliant piece of block there, committing himself completely to the tackle and eventually ensuring the fact that NEROCA FC doesn't really have a good say or a good shy at the goal.
A great opportunity to move forward for NEROCA. Quick free kick was taken, they moved it down the left hand side. But how about this for a challenge, getting there in the nick of time from the right hand side. Not too sure, or it was Salam Ranjan Singh. And he has also been really good. We're speaking about Simbo as a centre back. And of course Salam Ranjan Singh showing us what he can do. We'll have to stay off the field just for this throw in. Olen plays it towards Awara. Salam wants to come back on and has been allowed to. Simbo launches it in, and there is Bobo Amino who tidies it up.
Throw in now in favour of NEROCA FC. It's good to see that they haven't really gone into that shell despite being defensive for a couple of minutes. Here comes a cross, not really the best of them. Edubedia will collect it and now will drive it forward. Sends the ball into the stride of a skipper. Another long ball played, but I don't think David Sembo will have too much trouble dealing with that. Saram Poire clears the lines. Falls right at the feet of Tarak Hembram onto that far right. Tarak Hembram has been pretty decent today as well. Not really the best of turns, but not cleared away.
And here's Nongamba. Tries to cut inside. Nithin stops him, but this is a chance to shoot. And has almost trickled towards Awada. Debas probably knew that the flag was coming out. Could have gone with his hands, but decided to go with his feet. And it almost trickled towards the Lebanese striker.
I think it was a bit of hesitation from Fabian, because ideally Awara, even if he was going to go for the run, he was way deep. This will give you a clear idea. Look at Fabian has the ball and Awara is clearly offside. So ideally from that range, if you are a shooter, you've got to test your shooting strength, because Awara didn't really start the run.
I think it was a shot, in fact, Rohit. I think it was a bit of a deflection, and that's why it fell towards Awara. As we see a bit of a discussion here between Olen and the ref. Looks like it's all okay. But nonetheless, it almost fell to Awara. But as you said, of course, was quite ahead of the other defenders. But this is better from NEROCA. Attacking a lot more. Simbo is there once again. Superb stuff from him. That's a good touch and takedown. And Gokulam Kerala trying to hold on to possession for the time being. Move it down the right hand side. Struck a block there, in fact. NEROCA doing well to keep their shape. And Gokulam will have to move from behind again.
This is another lovely run, another opportunity for Gokulam Kerala to extend their cushion, but just not good enough. The angle was slightly tough for Nili Perdomo to try and power that shot. Yeah, there came the shot. I think he was more inclined towards creating a cross. Unfortunately, not really the best of runs from the player, converging upon that from the center. And we were talking about NEROCA FC. Fabian, he may have been decent, but not good enough to try and send the Gokulam Kerala defense into a bit of chaos, into a bit of despair. So maybe, and just maybe, we saw in the last game the inclusion of Bogdan kind of created a lot of pressure on Trinity Deccan, and alongside him Arghya Roy was also pretty decent ever since he came on. So maybe they will also try and explore those options. Here's another chance, lovely cross comes floating in, kept well, but NEROCA FC crowding away the Malabarians as they drive forward for an attack of their own.
Good work again down the left hand side from Sanchez, and it's become a fairly open game, which is great to see as a neutral as we move into the final minute of regulation time in the first half. NEROCA lose possession, but Perdomo can't keep that under control. And I agree with you, Rohit. Bogdan came on, did quite well, not yet starting. Wonder when he will start. I'm sure he will come on in the second half, and you would like to see him get at least 45 minutes. So that is something that Jacob Joseph will have to think about. But so far, it has been this man, David Simbo, who has been really good. That's a poor ball wide, and it will be a Gokulam throw.
Taking their time at the moment. A long throw being launched into the mix. Gokulam Kerala, I think right now what has been working wonders for them is the trio of the foreigners. Edobedia, 4 minutes of additional time has been given. Yes, the trio of Edobedia, the captain Alejandro Sanchez. Well, that is going to be an offside. That was a through ball attempted, but it clearly looked like Awara was just taking that seaside promenade. Not really sure of what his objective was. He clearly knew that he was a mile offside.
He's just got to time those runs slightly better. It has been more of a counter-attacking game for NEROCA. Looks like there is a foul from Simbo, by Simbo rather. So it has been more of a counter-attacking game from NEROCA, which you don't really mind. But they haven't been able to play those balls towards Awara once again. Bedia, who can play those balls. There's Perdomo, his first touch doesn't work out. He has a lot of space and time. Plays it backwards. Another opportunity perhaps to shoot. It hasn't been taken. And Gokulam just take the sting out of it and play it backwards. And now it's come towards Bedia again. He goes for another long ball. Nicely defended there by Balwinder, and then Simbo, and it's back to Bedia again. He is absolutely orchestrating this game. But it looks like the other Gokulam Kerala players don't want to play that forward pass. It's only Perdomo and Edu Bedia. So this is something that they've got to look at. There were a couple of opportunities where you could have put that ball into the box. Here they go again though. Sanchez turns, and again it's Bedia. Puts it through. There is a runner. Perdomo with the strike, but he was offside. It is that trio, Rohit, which are dominating proceedings.
Yeah, Edobedia has turned out into the chief architect of the Gokulam Kerala midfield. When they landed Edobedia, I think that was the expectation from him. Someone of his stature, always in the game, always likes to create those long passes. And I think NEROCA FC is now having a bit of challenge trying to stall the juggernaut of Gokulam Kerala. They'll have to do better than what they are doing right now. And once again, pinning all hopes on the broad shoulders of David Simbo won't really work out. That's a nice long ball. This time, the bus comes a long way out of his line, just to ensure the fact that by or under no means is Nongamba Singh latching onto it. There's a man. We were talking about David Simbo a few moments ago as the hero of NEROCA FC. And Edobedia definitely has been the Mozart of Gokulam Kerala's midfield. And of course for Gokulam Kerala themselves as well.
4 minutes of added time and 3 have been played. 1 minute for NEROCA to try and get back into this one. There is a ball towards the left hand side. Here's Awara, takes a shot. I like that. From a big number 9, he applauds that ball as well. He takes it on his chest, goes for the shot. It might have been over the top, but that is what he can bring to the table, and those are the balls that are better suited for him rather than the ones in behind, because he's not being able to time his runs. So that's something that they can try in the second half, and Rohit, maybe Bogdan is the one who can supply him with those balls. So we might have to see that in the second half.
An interesting spot. It looks like the captain's gone down again. Yes, Alejandro. He's kind of contorting in pain right now. And a very well put statement. Haider Awara, he's one of those out and out strikers. You feed him the balls and he'll do the job of finishing in a pretty prolific, in a pretty proficient manner. But then again, if you expect him to create that as well from that central channel, then come all the way and then eventually go for the shot, I think it will be slightly more challenging for him. In the last occasion, maybe the shot was not on target, but the effort was absolutely impeccable. He brought it down very nicely, then went for the shot, got underneath the ball. That was the main challenge. Had he been somewhat lateral to the ball, I think that could have been better. But nonetheless, a great effort by NEROCA FC and definitely by their skipper as well.
Bedia puts the ball in. Amino again, this could be a chance. It's not been taken down, and there is a challenge. Oh, it was more of a slip that came in, and with that we conclude the first half. A half where Gokulam Kerala haven't been at their best, but somehow, courtesy of Nili Perdomo, in the 28th minute took the lead against an NEROCA side who are shaking their heads while moving into the tunnel, but know that they can get back into this game because they have had a significant improvement from their first matchup. So maybe a few substitutions and it could all change for the Orange Brigade.
Absolutely a significant half so far. Both the teams have really bared out their hearts. The man in the frame, Alejandro Sanchez Lopez, he may not have found the back of the net yet, but the role he played in the trio coming together for Gokulam Kerala, Alejandro Sanchez, Edo Bedia, and definitely Nili Perdomo. The captain was sensational. That's the stats for the day. Gokulam Kerala 54% ball possession, 46 for NEROCA FC. 4 shots from the Malabarians, couple of them on target. 3 from NEROCA FC, just that one on target. 5 fouls for Gokulam Kerala, 6 from NEROCA FC. No yellow card shown yet, a couple of corners for the Malabarians, while just one of them for the visitors. 3 offsides for Gokulam Kerala and a couple of them for the visitors. Talking about the shots, just the 4 from Gokulam Kerala. Nili Perdomo leading the charge with 3 of them. Well, Nufal came forward with that one, and it was Nili Perdomo who found the back of the net as well. Talking about the shots from NEROCA FC, Haider, the captain, taking a couple of them. Tarak Hemram tried his luck from range, going for that all-important pile driver.
And on the other hand, the fouls for Gokulam Kerala, 5 of them, 2 from Nofal and 1 each from Sanchez, Edu and Nidhin. Hasn't been too much of a physical game, has been relatively free-flowing as well, even though it started off with a big challenge, but after that it has been played in great spirit. Reed with 2 fouls, Sejal with 2, Nonganba and Simbo with 1 each, and it has been that man Simbo who has done absolutely everything but could not stop that goal for Gokulam Kerala, which gave them the lead. As we will move into the highlights of what has been quite an interesting first half. As I said, it started off with a few challenges. That one from behind by Nofal. This cross, which wasn't the best of ones, from Nonganba. And then Nofal had a chance, a huge chance, which he wasn't able to find the back of the net with after a bit of a slip from a NEROCA player. Big opportunity for him to get 2 in 2. The crosses weren't the best for the visiting side. And then Nili Perdomo started getting involved in the game. He took this shot, which was nicely saved by Soram. Another ball played through. Soram did well with his outings as well.
This is how the captain as well wanted to find his stride, but then was denied by Soram once again. This was sensationally well done by Salam Ranjan Singh. The game was pretty even, Stevens, to be honest, and Erubiria chipping in that crucial free kick. Once again, Poire putting in a crucial defense, a crucial save in fact, and then Nili Perdomo. That was the chance. Nili Perdomo suddenly bombing past a couple of defenders and then hammering away at the goal, making it or imparting the crucial lead to his team. Once again, a closer look, surges past and bam, right into the middle of the net. From different angles, of course, and why not? When you score a goal in I-League, when you score a goal for the Malabarians, it is always special. No matter how many times we take a look at it, that was a crucial save from Poire once again, in fact. A bit of portmanteau from me there. Tarak Hembrim trying his luck from the range. Almost went on to beat Devansh Dabas. And then another shot coming all the way from the right. That was Reed and Action Nongamba setting up. And Salam Ranjan Singh unbeaten and impregnable. Fabian Reed trying to tee off an advancing Hyderabad, but not really on target.
And that was the ball from Nili Perdomo. And after that, that attempt from Awara himself, just over the top and not being able to get NEROCA that equalizer just yet. So this is how it stands at the EMS Stadium. At half-time, it's 1-0 to Gokulam Kerala versus NEROCA, who will have to try and get back into this one. Can they manage to do so? We will find out after this break as we resume second half action.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A very good evening. And after the customary shuffle of sides due to the half-time, we have the two teams all set to take the upcoming 45 minutes of action by storm. On your frame in their signature white stripes, the NEROCA FC, the visitors, wherein on your frame attacking from the right to the left in their signature red and black are the Malabarians, Gokulam Kerala. They have a slender lead. Nili Padomo hit the bullseye in the first half, and it's going to be interesting to see how he fares out in the second. Towards the end of the first half, it was an exquisite trio formation. Before we go there, a substitution for Gokulam Kerala, Abhijit, has been introduced into the mix, wherein Shrijan has actually made his way out. And now NEROCA FC, they will try and keep the Malabarians away from their goal, because if they are not able to do that, they will be under some serious pressure with the sword of Damocles dangling right above their neck.
Yes, this is the chance for NEROCA to try and get back into the game. Starting afresh after half-time. One change, however, for Gokulam Kerala as Abhijit K comes in. We take a look at the players on the field. That one change there as well. Nicely won back, a couple of challenges coming in. But NEROCA doing well to fend off Gokulam Kerala and their attacks most of the time. It was that instance where a bit of a free ball found Perdomo. That should be covered quite easily by Simbo. In fact, he gives it away to Sanchez. Good battle between these two. Sanchez plays it backwards. Aminu Boba finds himself with a bit of space and plays it wide. That's a lovely ball towards Nili Perdomo. Cuts back. It's a good move. He will get the ball back. Can he shoot here? That is beautiful work by him. A bit of a shimmy without really moving too much of the ball. And that is the way Gokulam Kerala can build up the play.
I think in that occasion, Tarak Hembram, when he was beaten, Nili Perdomo was not really expecting that. So by the time he got the second ball, he was not ready. A long throw in by Sharif. Into the mix. Goes for that acrobatic volley. For a moment it felt like that could have been another stinger for NEROCA FC, but it was not on target. That was a sensational piece of work indeed. Wonderfully positioned himself and then pulled the trigger.
It was Abhijit who's just come on. I'm not too sure what the defense was doing and what they're doing again. Here's Abhijit to set them up. That should be 2-0. Gifted on a platter to the Gokulam Kerala captain. And it's Alex Sanchez who gets 2 out of 2. And it looks like Gokulam Kerala could be getting their first 3 points in the I-League campaign. Abhijit, the super sub, comes on and sets up Alex Sanchez in what is a mirror image of that first goal that he scored.
The Malabarians have erupted into a frenzy of exhilaration as the visitors have brought a gift with them, a magnanimous gift indeed. The defense completely switching off. Once again, a closer look. That was another lovely run. Leaves the defender somewhat bamboozled. And Alejandro Sanchez, quick to spot that sensational run from Abhijit there, was involved a few moments ago in trying to go for that acrobatic back volley, and now he sets up his skipper, who eventually storms into the opposition and exploits the vulnerability left by Balwinder Singh for NEROCA FC. It's 2-0 for Gokulam Kerala, and they are up and cruising. In fact, forget running.
Yeah, huge error there from Balwinder Singh, trying to play it out or trying to dribble in your own box is never the way to go. And Abhijit latching on to it, bringing that will be a foul, and bringing that freshness, firstly with his press and secondly with that ball into the path of Sanchez, who is never ever going to miss from there. And you hate to say it, Rohit, but NEROCA could be in trouble this season. Ball is played long. They didn't have the best of seasons last year. They finished 10th. As this is tidied up by the Gokulam Kerala defense, that will be a poor foul from behind. So just coming back to that, they finished 10th last season, 8 points above relegation. Started off with a 4-0 loss and now find themselves 2-0 down against the Gokulam Kerala side, who are pretty impressive. They've conceded 13 goals now in 6 games, and it is not looking good for them. They've also drawn 1 and lost 3 in their last 4, including the Super Cup. So they've got to pull up their socks, otherwise it could be a problematic campaign for them.
I think they'll need a bit of life coming into the side. The way they started that first half, until that first goal was scored by Nili Perdomo, they looked really solid. Every single time they went on an attack, they had a mission, they had an objective out there. Simbo looked solid as well in the defense, but ever since that goal has scored, they've been a dwindling side with even receding returns. Here's a chance for NEROCA FC though. Tara Kembram sends in a scarring cross, but the Malabarians, they are right on target as they clear it away without breaking a sweat. Nili Perdomo once again putting his footballing acumen to the best of use. It looks like Gokulam Kerala is still, or in fact holds convincing swing.
Yeah, absolutely. This is exactly what Gokulam Kerala would have wanted coming into the second half. That's a nice flick on Safiul as well. This is exactly what they would have wanted, getting 2 goals to the good. They scored 2 in the last game as well, but conceded 2. If they can get 1 more, then it could be curtains for sure. There's no foul. Using that pace of it, he is extremely quick. He puts a ball in and could not find Nili Perdomo, but he is absolutely rapid. I know I mentioned this a lot, Rohit, as we see that foul from Abhijit, but this is something different. No foul cannot be caught by anyone, and he is going to be someone to watch out for again this season.
Yeah, he felt like one of those electricity streaks, one of those electric streaks onto that right. He was buzzing altogether when the NEROCA FC defense almost allowed him to square off their counterparts. I think the men in white really need to get themselves back in the game. David Simbo now coming once again back into that defensive media role after his team has taken a 2-0 tumble. At the moment he believes that maybe his involvement is not enough, and I'm still shocked to see, Liam, why is Bogdan Catalan Gavrila not introduced into the mix? Also Orgo Roy, because he was pretty crucial. I understand, of course, Jacob Joseph, he's got a puzzle in his mind, but I think these two, Orgo and Bogdan, they are the most obvious pieces of that puzzle.
Yeah, it's something that Jacob Joseph will have to look at. I'm not too sure what the ideology behind it is, but something's got to change for NEROCA. Gokulam Kerala will go for the 3rd goal and might just get it, because moving forward NEROCA have been decent in patches, but you can't really remember a clear-cut opportunity that they have created, and the same can be said about the previous game against Sri Deccan. So that has been a big issue, and something has to change, of course. And Haider maybe has to just take a bit of that load on his shoulders. But life is a lot better on the other side, as Domingo Ramos Cabrera is ushering a few words to his players. He will tell them not to be too complacent, because a game of football can change at the drop of a hat. And you can see that it is a lot of pressure on Jacob Joseph's shoulders at the moment as we resume action. 8 fouls apiece so far. Will definitely go into double figures. And this is the time where Gokulam Kerala will just hold on to the ball, work it around, and then create chances whenever they can. That's a lovely ball from Amino. Here is Perdomo, asks for a handball. Balwinder doesn't take any chances, and it is cleared away to Hembram, who plays it long. That's a nice ball from him as well. Two NEROCA players come into each other, and the attack just fizzles out slightly. They will have to rebuild. Options on either side. It's played towards the right. Hembram again looks for a ball in. It's a decent one. And again, he's gone up for the header, but has not really gone for it entirely. Nangamba.
Yeah, Nangamba is not one of the tallest players on the pitch actually. So if you ask him to go for the header, towering altogether, I don't think he'll make the cut for it. But one important point that we should be talking about this NEROCA FC is a few moments ago, Fabian Reed almost collided into his own player, which actually could have been an opportunity if Fabian would have received the ball in the nick of time and turned around to create that long ball forward. That's a poor giveaway. And Haider Awara, he sets up Fabian Reed for a run forward, and he takes a long ranger, but it never really looked like that it was going to trouble Devans Davas at all. Look at this. First and foremost, it was a drop, so that tells you that it was an emasculated effort, and eventually that trickled out of play as well. So pretty comfortable right now for Gokulam Kerala. And the thing that I'd really like to point out, I think Liam, even you'll be able to understand this. Don't you think that NEROCA FC is in a bit of a negative mindset here?
That could be, because right now they're just trying to get maybe a point, as we see an opportunity again for Gokulam Kerala. Simbo, who has been their saving grace today, steps in. It looks slightly negative, but it's got to change, of course. And if we try and look at the positives rather than the negatives, they've got Simbo, who's doing well at the back. The keeper is good in Soram. Bogdan is someone who can come in and change the game. Awara and Fabian have been quite good. Hembram is playing well. So they do have something that can be positive. It's just a question of actually going out and doing it. And that is something that they will look forward to, of course, as they try to move forward again. Safiul makes a run, he's not chosen, and then it's too easy for Gokulam Kerala. Not the best of passes, as Rishad will move it forward from the midfield. Dictates the tempo so well, does Rishad, and sometimes we forget about him because of Edu Bedia, but he just lies there and does the defensive work, plays those short passes, and gives someone like Edu Bedia the opportunity to move forward.
Oh, believe me, in the narrative of strikers and sharpshooters and marksmen, we tend to oversee the contributions that the midfielders bring to the game. But it is eventually the midfielders who are the true artists, who are the true orchestrators and the engineers, who creates the game for you. They create an opportunity, they keep the shape extremely intact. And you know, as the age-old adage in English goes, the one who dominates the midfield is the one who dominates the game, and that has been the case for Gokulam Kerala today as well. That's another lovely run. It's the captain who wanted to latch onto it from the left, and it looks like he was appealing for a corner, and it has been given indeed. So Gokulam Kerala at the moment, they are soaring miles in the sky, where in NEROCA FC, they are kind of not just rooted to the ground, they are now kind of being buried altogether.
Now Perdomo with the chance to cross it. get that third goal. It's flicked on from the first post. This is an opportunity. Brilliant stuff from the goalkeeper there. And now it could open up for NEROCA. That is a poor challenge and will be a yellow card by the looks of it for Alex Sanchez. He takes it because he knew what he wanted to do, and that was stop the counter attack because Ngamba was moving forward.
Ngamba definitely had a good chance of creating a decent ball, and Sanchez instantly knew. And I think he had to take one for the team, so the acknowledgement was loud and clear, and so was the apology as well. But it looks like another, and in all likelihood, it is most likely Balwinder Singh who's taken a beating now. He's gone down, a bit of magic spray being peppered as well onto Abhijit K. He's come on in the second half, and his contribution has been already momentous as Gokulam Kerala secured that second goal, riding imperiously on that assist of his. A bit of words exchanged between Haider and Fabrien. I'm still wondering when will we see the likes of Bogdan Gavrila. I think the kind of football that NEROCA FC has played, all they need is a conductor in the midfield. I mean, the orchestra overall hasn't really, the symphony overall hasn't been completely out of tune. It's just that all, like you talked about certain names in the side, they have been individually brilliant, yes. But when it comes to making that glass-shattering crescendo with everyone coming together, I think they'll need a conductor for that help. And Bogdan has to be the man.
Absolutely. That looks like it is the answer, but that hasn't been implemented yet. Balwinder looked like he was applying a bit of ice to his right hamstring, so that could be the end of him. So that's not going to be good news for NEROCA as well. And Gokulam Kerala are moving the ball along nicely. Here's Edubedia, no real pressure on him. Plays it to Abhijit, who has been good since coming on. A couple of challenges from Fabian. That's definitely not going to be pleasing Abhijit. And Rishad towards Bedia. And Rishad has been a fulcrum of this Gokulam Kerala midfield for a few seasons now. He's had a couple of players alongside him. That will be a push from Nidhin. And then a bit of a kick out. He's got to be careful. Change now for NEROCA. Surajit Seal will come on as Gokulam Kerala look to seal the game. Balwinder will not be playing any further part in the game. And we say so much about the creativity that NEROCA lack in the midfield. Gokulam Kerala have so much of it. So that has created a bit of a disbalance for this game. And that is exactly why they have really struggled. Today NEROCA, now 6 goals conceded and none scored in 1.5 games.
NEROCA FC going all the way down now. I mean, like all the way deep in their own half. That's a long ball created. Well received by the captain. Awara goes for that cross. Fabian was lurking just around the corner. Could have created something challenging. There comes another lovely cross. The goalkeeper almost making a hash of affairs there. Not really being asked for too many tests. And a bit of word exchange there between Devans Dabas and Fabian Reed. But eventually, they hug it out.
Yeah, Fabian has been speaking to quite a few of the Gokulam players. Also getting into their hair quite a bit. But one thing is for sure, Rohit, no matter how much we speak about NEROCA, football is such a game where if they manage to get a goal here in the next 5-10 minutes, then it could be a turn of events. It might not be that deep. So they've got to look at it that way. They've got to try and get a goal here. Maybe that can fix things. We've seen Gokulam Kerala already squander a lead earlier on in the first game versus Intakashi. So they've got to try and be positive and turn around this game because there is still time. 2 goals are not something that you can't come back from. But the only thing for NEROCA is that even if they think life is going to get easier, it isn't, because it looks like a certain Komron Tursunov is being ready to come on as a substitute, as you can see at the bottom of your screen.
Yes, Komron Tursunov, another big name familiar with Indian football, was a part of that I-League winning side with Mohun Bagan before they merged in 2019. And he's someone who's extremely wily, and he's always speeding his way through the center. The question is, whom does he replace? That is going to be a crucial move. I think it's going to be a change for NEROCA FC as well. Fabian Reed has been taken off, and it's going to be Sushil Mete who will be taking his place. And Nili Perdomo will be making way for Komron Tursunov. What a game has Nili Perdomo had. And it is in fact a twin substitution there. It also is Srikuttan making his way to the center. Bit of a push, a bit of a clip from back. The referee blowing his whistle. Komron Tursunov straight away in the thick of things by bringing his player down, by bringing jersey number 40 Tangwa Ragui of NEROCA FC down. And Nofal, we were talking a lot about him, we were talking about speed, and it looks like Domingo Cabrera doesn't want him to hurt his hamstring in the process. So resorting to safety, considering the fact that his team is having a 2-0 cushion.
Awara not happy with the call from the ref. Just not going NEROCA's way this evening. And it'll be interesting to see how Komron Tursunov can fit into this particular outlet in this game. Starts off with a bit of defending and plays it forward. And now lots of space for Eruberia to Sanchez. And here is Komron Tursunov into the thick of it as he comes on. Not the best of balls from him. And talk about the squad depth for Gokulam Kerala. You've got someone like Komron Tursunov on the bench, and you've also got Srikuttan, who has been a great player for Gokulam Kerala over the years and played a really good game in the last one as well, coming on. So that just shows the firepower that they have. That is a poor pass straight to Komron, who launches it for Sanchez. Komron continues his run. In fact, here he is holding off his run, and Gokulam Kerala look to move forward again.
Komron Tursunov is more of a like-for-like replacement for Nili Perdomo, because he slots in perfectly into that midfield and loves to make the runs forward. When you talk about the shots though, Komron Tursunov's shots may not have been ringing through the galaxy altogether, but then again he's got a decent bit of power. That is a sensational bit of work there from Tarak Hembram, but he's being intercepted. I think once again the cool and the calm heads of the Gokulam Kerala defenders have been one of their main weapons. You can call them ace of spades as well for them. And now Komron Tursunov, he's playing too deep. I think one of the reasons why he's being introduced is so that they can release Edu Bidia up front, because Komron can now be that holding midfielder that Edu was playing, and Edu Bidia has been asked to just go up slightly and man the attacking responsibilities of the team.
Oh yes, the beauty of this Gokulam side, as I mentioned, is that they have so much of craft and quality. Even both of them can move forward and leave that space for Rishad to handle. Here you see Komron and Edu both together. Rishad is also there, just holding and lying deep. And he will play the pass now to Abhijit. This is a good ball through. This could be number 3 for Gokulam Kerala. It should be, but Olin gets there. The shot from Srikuttan just didn't have enough power on it. And that would have been curtains for NEROCA. But Olin just about did enough and saved his side for the time being at least. But Gokulam Kerala will come again. Here is Komron. Looks for a shot, but it's nicely blocked. And NEROCA lived to fight for a few more minutes at least.
What a glorious through ball was that. And Gokulam Kerala had class written all over it. That was written in the stars. It's just that Srikuttan couldn't really get enough power behind the ball. in order to try and beat the opposition. Edobedia not really happy, and the referee is telling, keep your voice down. He's ruling this game with an iron fist, and I think that has been once again a closer look. Shrikuttan does everything right. I think he didn't really connect with the entire side footing that you usually need in order to get the ball into the back of the net. But what a sensational chance was that. Then Komran Tusunov coming for the shot. A very good block though. Once again back with Gokulam Kerala, and now to look to build from the back for the umpteenth time in the game as NEROCA FC keeps on chasing the windmills.
That's just a question of whether NEROCA will get this third goal or not. Rather, Gokulam Kerala will get this third goal or not. NEROCA are just not looking like they're going to attack and create something positive. Lots of work needs to be done, of course. And Gokulam Kerala have lots of players who know how to deal with this kind of a situation. Bobo Aminu, been there, done it all. Not the best of clearances. This could be a chance here for the visitors. Shot isn't allowed to be taken by Rishad. It will be moved towards the left-hand side. It is kept in. Nganba plays it backwards. Olen, poor cross, and now it will open up nicely for Gokulam Kerala. Eduvedia plays it forward. Sanchez to Komran Tursunov. They're finding each other ever so easily. Here is Komran again. Cuts back in. Plays it to Eduvedia, who has a lot of space on the right hand side. He's not seen the pass quick enough. And now NEROCA will move it forward.
And now NEROCA has a chance to break. Tarak Hembram trying to canter through that central channel. And it doesn't really look like that NEROCA player will make it. Eventually trading it away for a throw. A bit of a frantic action there by both the sides. Quick throw taken in by Tarak Hembram. Back to Tarak once again. Knits it forward into the stride of Shoshil Mete, but not really the best of shots. It still stays alive. A shot comes stinging in. Blocked well there by Gokulam Kerala. And that should be a free kick, is it? Yes, the referee's blown the whistle, laying down the law. And the referee also telling him, come on, get up. Giving you the free kick. Don't waste too many seconds on that.
I'll tell you something, Rohit. NEROCA are still in this. Because Gokulam Kerala are definitely ruling the roost. But there is also a bit of a complacency to it. They're trying to play an exquisite brand of football, which you're most welcome to, of course. But they are losing possession sometimes. And now they will make a change. The midfield maestro, Edubedia, will be coming off. And Justin Emmanuel, the Nigerian, will come on with around 20 minutes to play. Edubedia and the referee have not been the best of friends today. And he looks like he will finally have the final word. The ref gets in a yellow card for Edubedia and bids him farewell with the booking.
K. Ramdasan, he's really controlled the game with an iron fist. He doesn't want to take any players revolting against him. There comes the free kick from Simbo. That was a nice run, off the ball run in the left, but it looks like, once again, K. Ramdasan, he's kind of furious there, having a word with Shahif and intervening between the two players. I think this is exceptional refereeing. That is the quality that you will really love to see from the refs. It's not easy for them to keep their calm either, but just ensuring the fact, despite the flaring tempers, nobody lands into a fisticuff. It's very crucial that the referees step in. Sensational stuff indeed. And once again, you pointed out something, that maybe Gokulam Kerala are still in the driver's seat, but they haven't yet sealed the game yet, and that is because NEROCA FC are knocking on the doors time and time again. I think it's a matter of that one goal. If they can find that first goal, Gokulam Kerala will be under some serious pressure in the final minutes of the game.
And that sets us up for the final few minutes. 17 to play. 2-0 is never a comfortable scoreline as long as there is time. Emmanuel plays that backwards. And now Gokulam Kerala will hold a bit of possession. Salam Ranjan Singh and Boba Aminu have been great today. Abhijit picks out another pass. That's a very composed header backwards. But Justin will be wanting to get a bit of action out.
Back with NEROCA FC as they try and break free from the clutches of Gokulam Kerala's attacking unit. That was kind of a mini unit in position there. Eventually that's cleared away and it's going to be a throw in here in favor of Gokulam Kerala. Sharif, he's played a very crucial role. Once again, another silent hero. This looks like a long run for that incoming Justin, who sends in a cross. Shot attempted not once but twice by Komran Dusunov. Unfortunately, on both the occasions, he doesn't really get himself into a favorable position to unload the belter.
Yeah, and a shake of the head from the number 7. First one was a big opportunity. Second one, it was slightly behind him, so he could not find it. Now the host will move forward again. Salam, who likes to move up the pitch, but hasn't on that occasion. Here is Bawa Aminu, who definitely likes to get himself a goal if he can. Plays it forward, nice ball. There's Justin. A couple of options along with him, but the pass takes a deflection. It's Simbo once again who gets there in the nick of time, just before Justin can find a couple of red shirts who are also in the box.
I think that was also a bit of a late release because he was waiting for Alejandro to arrive. Alejandro did good actually to arrive just in the nick of time, but I believe it was David Simbo whose constant maneuver, whose constant marshalling of the troops in the NEROCA defense has been critical and has kept Gokulam Kerala at bay despite their unwavering aggression. There's a chance for Gokulam Kerala to drive forward once again. That has been nicely laid into the path. Can he tee him off? Wonderfully done, but David Simbo, he has been the wizard who makes it loud and clear, announcing in the most stentorian voice to the incoming likes of, or rather not the incoming likes, to Nitin Krishna, that you shall not pass. But it's going to be a corner. Before that he'll receive some treatment.
Yeah, didn't get enough on that ball. Tursunov was absolutely free, but the positioning from Simbo was spot on. Something you do expect from him, and he was there at the right place at the right time. And they're enjoying themselves. The drums are out, the flags are out, and there are multiple dance moves that are out as well. It's a good time in Kerala for football as well. Gokulam Kerala leading this game. Kerala Blasters doing really well in the Indian Super League. And Gokulam Kerala, of course, would love to join them. And this is what it's all about, Rohit. The fans, the atmosphere at the stadium. And there's nothing better than going to work on a Monday morning after your side has performed well and given you the 3 points.
We've seen the sides previously in Bengal, we've seen the sides previously in Goa. And it's good to see now Kerala has also joined them. Of course, Bengaluru has joined them as well. Who would forget the likes of the West Block Blues, who's been revolutionizing the fans club of Indian football. So yes, I mean, it's very good to see that all these players and all these fans are getting themselves involved, because you know they say that it is the fans who are the 12th man at the side, and the louder they roar, and the louder they roar together, that's the magic word. Believe me, every opposition, no matter whoever is out there, is bound to tremble.
Yeah, a bit of a break here as Simbo was down for a bit. Now it looks like someone else is also down. Not too sure who it is, but it has been stretchered off. This is not the best of signs for Gokulam Kerala either. I think it could be Nitin Krishna who was trying to play that ball in. And it will be a corner though. a chance to put this game to bed, because as we both said, NEROCA are still in this, and Akhil will come on for Rishad, in fact, who was the one injured. So now a chance to put this one into the area. Not the best of balls in. Awara puts it forward, and then a shot from distance, which was definitely sailing over.
You can see the Gokulam Kerala players and the NEROCA players, they are drenched to the bone in their sweat. But that didn't really matter to them. That didn't really faze them. They have been squeezing their hearts out. Sensational stuff indeed. Abhijit taking his time. He's been another crucial name ever since coming on for Gokulam Kerala. And Komran Tursunov not really able to control that. But Gokulam Kerala does. And eventually Akhil P gets the ball. Back to that right wing. Wanted to play it forward, but stalled away. And it's going to be another throw, and Gokulam Kerala will now also try and steal a few crucial seconds just to ensure the fact that NEROCA FC is put under some serious cosh. I mean, they are still under the cosh. They haven't really expressed themselves in an articulate fashion in the second half. And Gokulam Kerala keeps on defending as if their life depends on it.
Yeah, they've got to just put this game to bed. As I said, 10 minutes to go with a bit of added time. There is Simbo who's looking to play something into the attacking third as well. They are forced backwards, nothing working for NEROCA. And the clearance also is a poor one, and you can see the confidence is just not there for NEROCA. And just taking a look at Gokulam Kerala, they will of course want to get the 3 points here, but they do have a string of fixtures, Rohit, which they won't really mind. They've got Rajasthan United after this, then Trau, then Shillong Lachong. They can try and get some points from those matches as well. There was a bit of a push, which was spotted by the ref. So this is where, as I said, they can start their campaign properly. Get 3 points today, and then move forward into the next few matches. They've got some goal scoring prowess, some form as well. Another foul comes in. Sanchez hitting the back of the net. And it's looking good for the Malabarians now.
Yeah, in the last game, you pointed out before that they were slightly unfortunate that second goal. I think they were not really expecting the ball to get into the back of the net in such a scrappy manner. But eventually in football, you can never rule anything out. We have seen the craziest of moments. David Sinbo sends in a long ball. This can be an opportunity. Knocking on the doors. There comes the shot. Awara has missed from point blank range. Or it looks like it's taken a deflection. And it's going to be a corner. And out of nowhere, NEROCA FC produces a stinging effort. A reminder of how dangerous they can be, and a very crucial save. In fact, a crucial block coming in all the way from Alejandro Sanchez, I reckon, is it?
Brilliant stuff there from NEROCA as the corner comes in, and they do get goal number 1. And guess who it is? It's David Simbo, who has been there for them throughout this game towards the back end, but this time getting a goal for NEROCA, their first of the season, and giving them a bit of hope, giving them a sniff against the Gokulam Kerala side, who are not being able to finish off games. And now, Rohit, as we said, we have a game on our hands.
Sensational header powered into the heart through a very confused, a very shaky Devansh Dabas. And you were talking about a game at our hands. Believe me, Liam, we may be in the last 7 minutes of regulation time, but it feels like we are just starting. Here's a chance for Gokulam Kerala. Whatever deficit was reduced by Simbo, that has been put back, as the incoming substitute Justin Okowa Emmanuel has found the back of the net. Look at the celebrations. Gokulam Kerala are once again up and running.
My word, Gokulam Kerala will not take no for an answer today. They want those 3 points and they want them slightly easier than NEROCA would like. And the fans have another goal to celebrate about. But that has been the issue for NEROCA. As we take a look at the finish, it's taken a deflection. It was going to be saved by the keeper, but it is the substitute Justin who comes on and has a positive impact. But this is what it's been for NEROCA. When they have something to latch on to, they've gone and conceded another one. And great scenes here at Kozhikode, because now it looks like it should be the 3 points for Gokulam Kerala.
I still wouldn't confirm actually if NEROCA finds another goal here. I think it's still game on, but Justin, he's been sensational ever since he's come on. The referee's pointed to the spot. I think that should be the coup de grace for NEROCA FC, and the yellow card comes out. A brief moment of outburst against the referee, and Mr. Ramadasan, he is in no mood to take any of those theatrics. But once again, what a sensational run from Justin there. And very rightly, the yellow card coming out there for the likes of Surajit Sil.
What a run from Justin. Surajit, firstly for the challenge and then secondly for the outburst, probably getting a yellow card. A decision is being taken as to who wants to take the penalty. Sanchez and Tursunov are discussing. Sanchez was probably the designated penalty taker. A bit of friction here between both the foreigners. He is the skipper. And Comron must have said, you've already got your goal, let me get one. But Sanchez is not going to leave it for anyone. And after the penalty is given away by Surajit Sil, it's a chance for Alex Sanchez to seal the deal for Gokulam Kerala. Sanchez takes a deep breath and finishes it. And it looks like it's game, set and match for Gokulam Kerala. Their captain gets goal number 3 of the season, and it looks like they will get their first 3 points as well.
And that will bring in a paradigm shift in the points table. Look at the Malabarians, they are so happy, they are ecstatic about the way that their team has performed. A storm of 3 minutes and a flurry of 3 goals at both ends. A penalty involved in the midst as well. Talk about chaos, talk about a pandemonium, talk about a catastrophe. And we have witnessed it all. Look at how cool and composed was Sanchez. Stepped up, powers it into that top post as the ball rattles off and hammers, gets imbricated into the threads, with Gokulam Kerala FC putting this game to bed once and for all. Now even if NEROCA FC gets at second, I don't think it would matter anymore. But a mention to Justin. What a sensational player he has been ever since he's come on. Right from the left, he's kept on knocking on the doors, got a goal for himself and earned his team a crucial penalty.
Oh yes, he has been incredible. Abhijit too coming on has been superb. Of course, Comron is always steady. And the substitutions have worked from Domingo Oramas Cabrera. And within a few minutes, we just saw NEROCA giving themselves a bit of hope and then just letting it all go once again. And now, within the space of 2 games, they have conceded 8 goals, just about scored 1. And it is looking like a torrid time here for NEROCA, who have got to turn a new leaf and start getting results together, because it could be an issue otherwise.
They'll need a facelift in the first place, the kind of football that they have played. They're bringing in a substitution here. It looks like Rohit Mate is going to be thrown into the thick of the things just to bolster their defensive reinforcements. And Nongamba, who's had a bit of mixed bag game. At times he's been sensational and at times he's been woeful and is making way. And Gokulam Kerala now coming all the way from the right. Komron Tursunov tries to tee off Alejandro, and it looks like whatever glimmer of hope was there for NEROCA from that move has been somewhat stalled as the referee blows the whistle, bringing out the card for another Gokulam player. We'll quickly confirm who is it, and it looks like it is Abhijit K who's been given the booking there.
Abhijit just getting a challenge in. There were a couple of bad challenges, in fact, in that particular spell. One on Komron as well, who did not react this time round. Boba plays one through. Now Gokulam Kerala will hold a bit of possession. Nice turn there from Akhil. Run is made through. Brilliant interception from Olen, who has been very good today. Also got one goal line clearance as well. Now NEROCA trying to get that second goal, give them at least a little bit of, I wouldn't say hope, but a silver lining in what has been a poor game for them. Another delivery inside. Awada plays it backwards, the shot comes in, and it doesn't even go out for a throw. It's been that sort of a game for NEROCA. But speaking about Gokulam Kerala, Abhijit will be stopped. Speaking about Gokulam Kerala, they finally found their form. 7 minutes will be added on at the end of this encounter. And now they have to move forward and just try and get a string of wins together, because there are other teams, Rohit, who have started off with 2 wins in 2. Of course, there's a lot of football to be played. But one thing is for sure is you want to be in and around all those other teams who have also started well. The likes of Real Kashmir, Srinidhi Deccan, to mention a couple.
With this victory, Gokulam Kerala will be leapfrogging Mohammedan Sporting in the list. Abhijit was given the booking a few moments ago. That's a confirmation of it. And Mohammedan Sporting right now, they have got 4 points from 2 games, but that goal difference isn't as gorgeous as they would want to be. But Gokulam Kerala, what a smooth sailing has this been. Justin, the tormentor-in-chief, since his coming on. Once again, lovely bit of work. There comes the cross. Could have been another goal-scoring chance, but the ball flashes wide in front of a gaping goal. But the danger's still not over for Gokulam Kerala. Tries to make an infringement from the right. At the moment, though, NEROCA FC will have a bit of a breathing space as they try and essay a counter-attack of their own.
A superb work there from Justin, smashing it along the 6-yard area, just in front of the box, not in front of the goal post. And he has been tremendous. And he himself is asking a few questions as to his spot in the starting lineup. So that is great for Gokulam Kerala. All the substitutes also coming on and doing well and wanting to prove themselves. And even the changes that were made in the first 11, they're still getting a result out of this game, so that is positive, of course, for Gokulam Kerala. On the other hand, NEROCA have a couple of big games coming up as well. They've got Shillong, Lajong and Aizawl. Those would be 2 big encounters. Then they've got Namdhari and Real Kashmir. So NEROCA have got to get some results sooner rather than later, because with a -7 goal difference and just the way they have conceded their goals today, Rohit, something has got to change.
A lot has to change. In fact, once again, over reliability on David Simpo. It was David Simpo who provided hope in the defense, who even went up and scored that goal as well. I think that's too much of an ask from just one of your players. And it's good to see that he's performing. It's good to see that he has no hesitation. But again, at the end of the day, I think football being a game where your collective brilliance will reap you the rewards in the long run, I think you've got your other players to come up. This can be a chance for NEROCA. There comes the shot. Drags it agonizingly wide. That could have been another silver lining. Haidar Awada still looking up to the skies. I think it was Sushil actually who went forward with that shot. or Haider, not exactly sure. Any one of these two must have been involved. This will give us a clear idea there. Yeah, it is Sushil actually who gone for that shot. I think Haider was asking, I was there in front, you could have passed it, but what he missed out was there was a defender as well trying to block that path.
Yeah, I think it was the right idea from Sushil to take that shot. It is that point in the game where you're just trying to try something different. Justin has been something different for sure. Comron went for that flick, didn't really work out. Comron will not let Olin breathe. Eventually Olin, again, moving forward very well. Doing a good job down that left-hand side. And we do keep bringing up Bogdan. But there must be something, he might not be able at this point to play the entirety of the 90. Hasn't come on again today. As this pass is played towards the right hand side, Tarak has also had a decent game. Loses possession this time though. Gokulam Kerala not helping themselves. A bit of a tug from the shirt. And it is Mohammad Sahif who has given away the ball first. And then the foul. And it's taken quickly from NEROCA. Look for a ball in, but it has been stopped.
I think Tarak Hembram has been another name that should deserve a mention. What a run here from Alejandro Sanchez. I think had the ball been slightly closer, he would have even beaten Sajal Bagh to the punch. Unfortunately, a very timely intervention there from Sajal Bagh allows NEROCA FC to get a throw going in their direction, but it doesn't really look like it's going to do them any help whatsoever. Here's a chance for Gokulam as they lay it forward. Once again, another run. The goalkeeper, Poire, eventually coming out. Soram Poire, in fact. He's had a very good first half. The second half, though, I don't think there was much that he could have done. It was his defense that was to be held culpable. They gave away way too many easy chances. They gave a lot of leeway for the Malabarians to come and knock on the doors. And as a result, the scoreline at the moment, that tells you the exact narrative that has unfurled ahead of us at the EMS Corporation Stadium in the City of Sculptures.
Yeah, just a matter of time now as we move into the final few seconds of this game. That's a nice run down the center of the park. Justin gets there, but doesn't do it by fair means. The run did come in from Sajal Bagh. Good work from him. Looks like it will be a yellow card as well for Justin. That's his first foul, and he's I can understand why, you know, because he's not done much here. A slight push, and he gets a yellow, and that's why he's asking. And that's the third for Gokulam Kerala, just the one for NEROCA. Rahman will look to put this into the area as NEROCA will try to make it 4-2. It's towards the second post, and this could be an opportunity, but it was closer to the keeper, Devansh, rather than Avara or Sushil Mete.
A decent display from NEROCA FC in patches, but once again, coming forward in patches won't really do the trick for you. And that will be everything here from the EMS Corporation Stadium, at least for tonight, as Gokulam Kerala bags a 4-1 victory over NEROCA FC. Nelly Perdomo finding the back of the net to kickstart proceedings, and then Alejandro Sanchez with a brace, eventually followed by the by the incoming substitute, Justin Okowa Emmanuel.
Oh yes, what a performance from Gokulam Kerala. They will be very happy with that one. Two-time I-League champions who missed out on the golden ticket last season to move into the Indian Super League. They will want to lift silverware again this season and finally make it to the ISL. And this is a good start. After a nervy draw in their first game, the second game has been a solid performance. As you mentioned, Rohit, their foreigners doing really well, getting on the score sheet, substitutes and starting 11 all coming to the party. Good changes from the manager as well, and it is a great day for the Malabarians. But for NEROCA FC, they they have to go back to the drawing board and start afresh perhaps, because Jacob Joseph has a lot of work and thinking to do. Wonderful scenes here at Kozhikode as we take a look at the statistics for this evening's matchup. It ended 4-1, 58% ball possession to the hosts, 11 shots and 6 of them on target, 8 shots for NEROCA, just the 2 on target. That was the issue. 14 fouls from Gokulam Kerala, 11 from NEROCA, 3 yellow cards to the Malabarians, 1 to the Orange Brigade, and 4 corners to 1 for the hosts as well. Offsides read 3-2.
The shots taken by Gokulam Kerala, 11 of them. Nili Perdomo, the Spaniard, had 3 of them on target. Alex Sanchez had a couple of them, and both of them were goals, including that spot kick. Abhijit, Justin, Kumron, Nidin and Nofal finding their footing once at least. But again, that was an electric display from the Malabarians, wherein talking about the Orange Brigade, they had 8 shots on target, Haider with 4 of them, unfortunately not finding the back of the net even for once. Reed smashing one from range. Simbo, just that one shot, one header, one in the back of the net. Sajal and Tarak also firing on all cylinders just to get or register a shot in their name. Talking about this being a physical game, 14 fouls altogether from Gokulam Kerala. Abhijit with 3 of them. Alejandro Sanchez, Ed Obedia and Nufal committing a couple of them each. Justin, Nidhin and Rishad, they were sensational too, but just those 1 fouls to ensure the fact that their opposition didn't really have a free-flowing attacking unit. Alongside that, if we take a look at NEROCA, they also committed 11 fouls. Sajal with 3 of them, Haider with a couple of them, Fabian Reed with a couple of them, and then coming in, Nangamba, Surajit, Simbo and Shushil, who had their shares of fouls as well. Just 1 foul apiece.
And as the fans depart from what was an electric EMS Corporation Stadium, once again we take a look at the highlights. Edu Bedia was ruling the roost as he started off with some nice balls into the area. A couple of challenges came in here and there. That one was from Nili Perdomo, who skipped past Soram and got the first goal of the evening for Gokulam Kerala. NEROCA were quite good in the first half an hour or so, did not really allow the home side to get too many chances, but look at that from Perdomo. Skipped past the keeper and slotted it in to what was an open NEROCA net and gets his first of the I-League campaign. After that, he had another chance which was flagged offside but still saved by Pore, who was quite a frustrated figure throughout the game. There was an acrobatic attempt from Abhijit as well. And then he came in, won the ball of Balwinder and set it up for Alex Sanchez for his second of the season.
Sensational ball there from Abhijit. He came on in that second half and wonderfully teed up his skipper, who was not going to miss from that range, particularly considering the fact that he has a couple of cannons for his 2 feet, and he fires them at will. The celebrations banged away. Gokulam Kerala, they were buzzing altogether. And then a couple of chances for Gokulam Kerala. NEROCA FC came knocking on the doors as well. That was another free kick where Ed Obedia was brought down. This was another lovely run from the left from the skipper himself that eventually came out as a corner. Once again, not really noteworthy points. This one was though, because you would rarely see Alejandro pulling off a foul like that. Devansh kind of making a bit of hash of affairs in the first goal. This was another glorious chance. Just couldn't keep it on target. In fact, did keep it on target, just couldn't power it enough to send the ball out of the defender's reach as he came around and pulled in a crucial bit of save. That was a very slow going down, and the referee was not really interested. This was another lovely attempt by Komron Tusunov, not once but twice. First on a volley, second one on an acrobatic back volley. Then Justin Okoye trying to find his way through the gigantic likes of David Simbo, but failing. That was another lovely ball sent, and David Simbo, once again crucial, blocking the opposition. And then a bit of a scrappy affair, a bit of hugging out, not really in the friendliest of ways.
And then Awara came very close. That was an incredible block by the likes of Mohammad Shahif. And then David Simbo, who did it all whilst defending, just had to add one goal to what was a superb game from him. A good ball in, but a solid finish from Simbo, who made his presence felt in attack and defense. And then, just when NEROCA thought they had a sniff, Justin made it 3-1. And we thought that it was all over, and it was definitely over, because shortly after that the celebrations would continue here at Kozhikode, because Justin got another penalty to add to that goal. Surajit Seal lunged in for a challenge, and after Komron and Sanchez decided who will take the penalty, it was the skipper, making it 3 goals in 2 for the I-League season, and making sure that Gokulam Kerala finish off with the 3 points and the 4 goals in what was a celebratory evening in Kozhikode. A couple more chances were created as Justin played this one through, just fizzed it past the face of the goal. Another opportunity which was taken from the left hand side by the likes of Sushil. Shikuttan made a few good runs as well, which was cleared there by Soram. Justin also got himself into the referee's book. But as the lights go out here at Kozhikode Stadium, we will say goodnight with Gokulam Kerala winning by 4 goals to 1 over a NEROCA side who are dwindling at the bottom of the I-League table. From my co-commentator Rohit Ganguly and myself, Liam Bain, thank you for watching, good night, and see you again tomorrow for more I-League action.